What's good, YouTube? We back for another video, man. And before I get into it, I hope you guys have been locked in. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves, man. So, I'm gonna be talking about, I'm gonna be talking about time again, right? Because it's important to understand, man, that you don't have as much time as you think, okay? But that doesn't mean that you need to just rush and do something stupid just cause, right? And not think things out. There's a time and a place where you want to take your time, but ultimately you need to have a sense of urgency to lock in on life. Because the thing about life is that life is always moving. Y'all know this, right? Seconds, minutes, hours, it passes, right? So a lot of people think that it's okay while they're young to just not take life seriously and kind of just waste time. And that mindset is literally the reason why they end up being fucked up later, right? Don't ever have that mindset, bro. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready to turn 20 years old. A lot of people, when they hit their 20s, fresh off of graduating high school or whatever, or they might go into college or whatever, it depends, bro. All they want to do is party, right? I made a video about this, right? Already talking about don't waste your 20s, right? A lot of people think that when they're young in their 20s, they want to kind of just live life, not really worry. They still don't want to worry about responsibility, right? But the reality of it is that you're going to be forced to have responsibilities. You're going to be forced to work whether you like it or not, right? Life is going to force you to lock in, okay? It's going to force you to lock in. Like, you're not going to just be able, if you think that you could just get by not doing nothing and just partying all day, that's not going to happen. Because it's going to be times where something's going to come up, and it's gonna force you to have to work whether you like it or not, and that's the reality of it. A lot of people, they have this mindset, well, I'm finna party and enjoy life. Well, you're setting yourself up for failure doing that, because later on you're gonna party and clubbing and just pretty much wasting your 20s, and by the time you're in your 30s, you're gonna be fucked. You're still gonna be barely making minimum wage, right? You're still probably gonna be out of shape or not really in shape. You've literally lost out on 10 years of potential, all because you decided, oh, hey, I'm going to just party and club, right? Guys, you have to understand that, bro, this car right behind me, man, what the world? But you have to understand, man, that anything could happen to you, man, right? I'm not trying to speak that on nobody, but you have to understand, man, that a lot of people don't get to make it to the next day, right? And you have to honestly live life every single day. I don't want to say live life like it's your last, bro. Don't do that. But you're gonna have to understand, man, that time, you don't have as much time as you think. You just don't. Nobody does, right? Because before you know it, you're gonna be fucking grown and on your own, and you know what I mean? See, another reason why I don't like college is because I feel like college, the way I see college is just more school, right? A lot of people go to college simply for the wrong reasons. A lot of people go to college simply as a way to kind of buy more time, okay? And that's another thing, right? A lot of people don't go to college, to actually get a degree, get a high-paying job. No, a lot of people go to college to buy time, right? But all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. That's why a lot of people, even after going to college, they still come out fucked up. How is that possible? 4 years in college, maybe 8, still come out with nothing. Why is that? You know what I mean? Because they thought that they could use college as a means to buy time. You can't do that, man. You can't buy time. You just can't. It's not something you could buy, right? No matter what, time is always going to be against you. Time will never be on your side. So you just have to learn to move with it. You know what I mean? You have to just use every day that you're given to lock in on your goals, achieve what you want to achieve, because you only have one chance at this shit, bro. You know, you don't have time to be fucking around doing some goofy shit, hanging around the weird people, right? Clubbing all the time, partying all the time, getting wasted all the time. Those shit is fun and all, but in reality, bro, all you're doing is wasting your valuable time, which you don't have. And I think that's the biggest mistake that I've made. You know, I when I was younger, bro, I didn't understand how valuable time was. And if I took time more seriously, I would have already probably made it, right? But, you know, because I had no responsibilities, basically, all I did essentially was just, you know, kind of fuck around, play video games all day, and lay around all day, right? I mean, I was a kid, to be fair. I mean, I was like 13, 14, right? But still, I was literally in 8th grade, guys, when COVID hit. Now I've graduated. Ain't that something? I literally remember me being in 8th grade when COVID hit. And that was literally the time where I was goofing around, not doing nothing. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. But that's what happens, man. Time just flies by. So, I don't want to make this video too long. I don't want to be rambling on about nothing. But the moral of this video basically is to always remember, man, that you don't have time to waste. Every second, you have to make every second count, every day count, man. And the way I do it personally is I have a checklist for every single day. I have a checklist that I follow every day to make sure that I've completed everything I need to complete. That helps me so much by staying organized and making sure that I ain't waste my day. You know what I mean? Because I know now that I don't have time to be wasted. And I hate myself. Like, I don't literally hate myself, but it's like, I would hate myself if I sat down and just wasted time scrolling on social media, doing some dumb shit, watching the hub, instead of locking in and making my life into something better for the long term. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.